So today what I'm going to demonstrate is how to create a form in a Word document using Word in Office 365, how we can create a form and restrict editing in that form so that anybody else who uses it can only fill in selected parts of it, okay, which is something that you may use within an office in your job as an administrator. So let me begin by sharing my screen. Okay. Here we go. And I will go into my pre-prepared form that I have here. Okay, so you can see I have already inserted a table, put in the various things that I need in my form. So unit numbers. There we go. Okay, the product, the cost, and the total cost, so that we can have a form here. So we have to think about the layout of our form. To begin with, I've put order number up here. So this could be the order number of the company who are ordering from us. If we make this form available online or by email to them, they would fill in their own order number. They would then put in their company name, telephone number, whether they want to sign on delivery, if they're available to sign on delivery of the product or not. And then when they can complete the form by how much or how many units of a particular product they want, what the cost is, total, and we can, before we send the product out, we can complete this bit checked by and date. Okay, so thinking about this. So what I want to do, first of all, is to make sure that my developer tab is up here. Okay, so the developer tab is up here. When I go into this, I can see this little box here called Legacy Tools, and that's what I need. If you don't have the developer tool up there, what you need to do is go to File, down to Options, okay, and come to Customize Ribbon and make sure Developer tab is ticked over here, and that will give you access to this, okay? So that was in File, Options, Customize Ribbon, and make sure the developer tab is ticked. Okay, right, so that was File, Options, and then Customize Ribbon. Developer tab is ticked. Okay, but we're in the developer tab now, and what I want to do is this little drop down box here, Legacy Tools. Okay, so it's these ones at the top. We're not going to use these ones down here at the bottom. We're going to use the top ones, the legacy forms. Okay, so the first thing, this is a text box. This is a checkbox that you would put a tick or an X in. A drop down list. Okay, so it's these three that we will mostly be using. So in the first case, I'm going to put in a text form field here. Okay, text form field. And that's it. It just comes up, it shows as a shaded grey area. What I can do, if I click in here, if I click in here, I can edit this so that I could tell it to do write in a different type of font. So I could tell it Calibri and I could tell it 16. Okay. What I could do is then come and insert another text box. Okay. Sit in there, left click in there, tell it Calibri 16, and this will make the form content stand out so that we can see that. Okay, another quick way of doing it is just to right click, copy, and then paste anywhere that we want a text box. So Control and paste. Okay, signature on delivery. I want a slightly different type of box in here. I want either tick or not. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to go into the tick box. So into my legacy forms and in here for the checkbox. Okay, and that just means that when the person comes to fill out the form, they will just enter in here and tick that box. Okay, unit numbers. I want straightforward text box again, so I can copy this one. Copy, put that in. Control V, and the same with cost. Control V, and the same with total, Control V. Okay, and I can do that as many times as I need to. Not in product. I'm going to do a drop down list in product. So as many times as I need to. So if I have 4 lines down here, let's see, it means I can only fill the form in with 4 items, but that's okay. That's what we've been doing is using the text box, that's what I have inserted in here. And the reason that I've just copied and pasted it is because I want each of them to look the same. So I've changed the style so that they are Calibri 16, as we can see. Okay, so these are text boxes in these areas. In the product, what I want is a drop-down list. So again, I sit here, go to my legacy forms area, and I come to the drop-down form field. Okay, and what I can do is if I double-click in there, double-click in the box, and it comes to drop-down item. So the first thing that I will do is say, please select, and the person knows that they need to choose an option then. Okay, so please select add. There we go. And then I can add my different items from my drop-down list. So I could have red wine, add white wine, add champagne, add rosé wine, add. Okay, and I press OK. We can see please select comes up there. I can then edit this if I want. Okay, so I can double click on there and I can move these items about. So rosy wine, I could actually move up to come above champagne if I wanted to. If you have an item which is most regularly chosen, then it makes sense to have it at the top. Okay, so if most orders are for red wine, we would have that at the top. If most orders are for white wine, then we would make sure the white wine was at the top. There we go. Right, so that's one product, okay? That's the wine product. I could copy and paste that further down if I need to, okay? Just let me right click. It's not working for me today, okay? Forget that, my computer's playing up. What we can do is just come down and insert it again. Okay, we could have different type of product down here. So this could be the wine product, and then we could come to our drop down list. Okay, double click in there, and this time we could have what goes with wine? Goats, cheese. Oh, please select we want at the top, but let's add this in first. Goats, cheese, cheddar, cheese, feta, cheese, add. Okay, and remember at the top we should always have please select. Okay, so I want please select at the top, so I'm going to sit on that one and I'm going to move it up and up and up so that it comes at the very top. Okay, there we go. This product, what are we having this time? We can have different kinds of biscuits. Okay, so forms, drop down. Okay, double click in there, and this time we could have oat biscuits, add, and we could have gluten-free biscuits. Add, and please select. Move the please select up. There we go, and press OK. There we go. So this is our biscuits down here, our cheeses and our wines. So I think what I will do is make sure this is really, really clear. So I'm actually going to add in another column to the left. Okay, another column to the left to see here wines and cheeses and biscuits. Okay, and our final can be snacks. We'll choose some different kinds of snacks. Okay, here we go. So one more drop down list. So legacy forms drop down list. Here we go. Double click in it, and then I'm going to spiced olives, plain olives, corn, snacks, spiced chickpeas, and please select add. So please select, I'm going to move to the top. Okay, and plain olives, I'm going to move second to top, because that's our most regular product which we ship out. Okay, press OK, and here we have it. Checked by down here. Okay, so we could put in just our checkbox again. Okay, checkbox again in there. If I sit on there, remember it was Calibri, and I formatted it to size 16. Okay, so come in here, size 16. That's it. And the same with the date. Okay, so legacy forms in here. And what we can do is text form, and again, sit in here, Calibri, and sit in here again. Okay. Oops. Size 16. Size 16. That's it. Okay, so this is our form, but what we don't want is somebody coming along and making changes to this part of it, or this part of it, or this part of it. Okay, we only want the persons using the form to be able to fill in the boxes for the form, if you like, and not to make changes to anything else. And that means that we're in control of what goes into the form. So in order to do that, what we have to do is restrict our editing. So don't choose this one up here because it won't actually work. What you need to go is the Review tab, Review, and then Restrict Editing over here. And what we want to do is make sure that we tick this box, okay, tick this box and restrict our editing to filling in forms, and then say, yes, start enforcing protection. Okay, you can put a password in if you want, but if you put a password in, then you must remember what the password is, okay? Password is okay if you're the only person who's ever going to use this document and make changes to it. But if there's other administrators in your team who may be working on this document and making changes, then it's a good idea either to have a generic password which you share for documents just like this, or not to. Okay, and it will only be people who know how to use the restrict editing permissions who know how to make changes to it. So you can put a password in if you want, but I know my memory is bad, so I'm going to just leave it like that, okay, and press OK. Get rid of that. And this means saved my form, okay, out we go. I'm coming back in. I'm going to use my form again. Let's see, demo form, is that the one that I've just used? If I go in here, my demo form, here we go. Okay, and the only part, I can't make any changes to order number, company name, anything like that. All I can do is make changes to this area here. So the first thing I have to do is file and save as something different. So I'm going to save this one as completed demo form. In here, I can now put, I can click on this box, or I can use my tab key to tab along to the next selection. So in this case, let's put an order number in, 100, company name, okay, McLennan's Fine Foods, telephone number 01463 273000. Signature on delivery, yes, I'll tick that box. Excuse me. Wines. So how many units of wine do I want? How many cases or boxes? In this case, I'll put 10. And here I will select white wine. Okay. Cost is per crate. What is the cost per crate? 10 by 6, £60. Let's see. Okay, so let's say £60 per crate. So the total, if there's 10 by 60, is 600. There we go. Cheeses, do I want any cheeses? Yeah, let's have 2 cheeses this time. Feta cheese, my favourite, okay. And cost is £1.50, okay. And 2 feta cheeses, that would come to £3. Okay, there we go. Biscuits, how many do we want? We want 5 boxes of gluten-free biscuits, and the cost for them is £6.50. And now I have to add up, and we'll make it £6 easier in my head. £6. Okay, and the cost 6 by 5 is £30. Okay, there we go. Snacks, what snacks do I want? Yeah, I like my snacks, so let's go for spiced olives. Okay, and if they are £4 a pack each, that would be £100 worth of spiced olives. By, okay, so who's going to check this for me today? Let's see, it's Tom Brown, and the date that he's checked it is the 1st of March 2021. Okay, I could then save my form. And that is how to create a form with drop-down boxes or text entry or check boxes, and then how to restrict editing on the form and how to complete a form as well. Okay, so let's come back and say thank you very much.